Hello everyone. Today I wish to speak to you about this time and about this split. As it is handed out from my understanding, it is not really correct because, too mind-based, to be honest. We have one reality that is shared over here, and this is where everything's played out, right? And consciousness can be in different stages of development, which are the different dimensions of timelines of experienced reality. But it's all playing out here, and as long as we have a body that is linked and completely bound to a certain soul with a certain DNA, with a certain fractal of spirit of the manas, and we have this bandwidth where this is a unity, where this is a unit remaining here as one human, we won't see a split. But then again, there are some frontrunners. I am one of them. I chose to do my healing properly. I had to, due to the pain that was caused. And this is not to push anyone else out of the field or create decay for anyone or destruction all too much. But it is obviously when we reconsider that we are the I, the eternal I, and everyone else is a fractal within us, which are the stars in the night sky, as I shared it earlier from the cosmovision of the Kogi, which is our universal body, so to say, that we see externalized, to remember our internalized existence, our internalized being. We are all fractals of each other, and everyone is the only one creator experiencing their original authentic timeline of life unfolding. And I would be for you a fractal within you, speaking to you and bringing clarity as a fractal within when we meet each other in a direct exchange. Otherwise, by the stuff I alchemize from my karma, from the interwoven parts of my ancestry that I took over from my experience of soul, and synthesize it into unity, into oneness, which is divine love, and which is our birthright, and actually the state of existence that we call life, right? So it's already realized here and now. And then I see that a lot of pain is caused recently, and I consider consciousness to be of either of the Elohim line or of the Seraphim line. So the Elohim line is a little bit older. It's the blue ray of consciousness from the Grandianas and is representing the Divine Mother. And then there's the golden ray consciousness of the Logos mind, which is a little bit younger, older, which is a differentiation of the first emanation of the dark magnetic light that directly separated itself once again, if we want to see it like that. So this is where our souls come from originally, and now in these times, the consciousness, the souls from the golden ray, which is the masculine consciousness, the clarity, the spirit, they will need to learn to inhabit their bodies. So this is their work, descending and claiming back the past of soul, the past form of soul, and twining that with their focus in the now as the future ray of emanation of mind, of spirit, so to say, in the soul, here, now, in the human. So your task is, and that's why you have extremely to deal with body pains and ascension symptoms in this regard, but you are very clear here. So this is your task to reclaim that. And a lot, what I can observe, a lot of these consciousness rays have been to the experience of the fall of Atlantis in the meaning of the Martian consciousness of mind, of ego. So co-creating the fall back in the day of Atlantis and Lemuria. So this is a deep guilt that is still residing in your body, a deep guilt, the karma, so to say, that you have to see now, to accept now, to walk through within your inner forgiveness to dissolve it. And this is how you get out of the cause and effect, out of the Kabbalah, so to say, out of this bubble, which we call the whale, which we also call, what is it called? The dome, huh? This dome is within our bodies, and this is an inner cause. And this is caused by history, by all the stories, by all of the teachings that we cling to, that we are still bound to, sometimes even coded into our DNA, that we have to now get rid of by doing the inner work, especially for the golden ray, for the seraphim consciousness. This is the task to be done. By that, they accept life itself as the modus operandi, and they accept and agree that they cannot partake in the creation of, or in the recreation of Earth, because there won't be a new Earth just like that, poof, and there it is. It is here, and we take care that it is coming back to its original divine blueprint by transformation within. And you contribute like that your brilliance of the mind that I love, actually, it's beautiful, it's creative, it is the new direction that you bring here. Insisting on free will, though, without having the Dharma, this is very dangerous, like it happened in Atlantis. This is what we repeat at the moment. So you have to descend into your body and have a look at your karma to remain here, otherwise you will lose your body. So this is very much for this consciousness ray. And by that, you automatically surrender to the mechanism of life itself. You honor the divine feminine consciousness, you merge with it, you become your own twin flame by that, by reclaiming the anima within yourself. So the soul is then in both polarities and knows exactly, connected to source again, like that, what the Dharma is from the eternal experience. For our consciousness ray of the former Elohim, it's a little bit the other way around. It's the feminine consciousness embodying the materia over here for elemental. For this stream of consciousness, it's important to integrate spirit and the clarity, the boundaries, to hold the creative space of creation that is emptiness and magnetism, where everything is given already. And it's also the destructive and decomposing force of life itself, not the building one like the light, but the decomposing one. And first of all, to the seraphim consciousness be spoken in this regard when something doesn't serve anymore, and we have excretions as well, like when we go to the toilet, when we ate, and our metabolism brings this forward, that goes into the earth, and this is actually this decomposing force taking care of it, to set all the atoms free again, bring it back into the cycle of life, so you, as a force within, identifying like that, or the mind, can create anew from that. So both forces are needed. This is the perpetuum mobile of life. This is love itself, and this is for the feminine ray of consciousness. It is, although there is the primal wound that the masculine, the light consciousness, in this seed at least of consciousness, submitted the feminine, the matriarchy structure that was ever given due to the chaos back in the day, due to the point where chaos took over and entropy took over and life would be lost. This time, violently in the beginning, the masculine ray came to integrate ether, the fifth element, with force. So now we are at a point of choice. We can see all of that. We can say this is not of my reality because it is obviously a past expression. So it carries for me the Dharma and the wisdom. And that's it. I can have a look at it. I can laugh about it. It's a nice story. As a human now, I can decide. For me, I'm back to divine authority. I am back in the middle. It is just an imprint. It's just a story. As the other side as well. Because I'm already realized as love. I'm already whole. I'm already here. So I can do the forgiveness, like, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. The Ho'oponopono, with this stream of consciousness, with this feeling that something inappropriate happened, to bring back the unity from the animal character of just feeling to the mentalized, spiritualized character who we are as humans. And so I would even go thus far that the Lyrans created the Oraphim avatar to begin with as an expression of the Elohim. Yes, this is true. And then all the manipulation that took place, the intermingling over here on Earth with the reptilian, with the draconians, and the intermingling of the Anunnaki, of the fallen ones, all of this ascertains that all consciousness in you and I in this time can return home when we decide to see it like that, that we are already life, that we are already love, that we are already divine, and we don't have to change anything but just unravel these packages of the karma now. By that we rise over cause and effect, we leave this game of karma, we leave the Kabbalic order, and we come back to source. And we take all of these aspects, all of these fractals of ancestry that was failing from our today's point of view back in the day due to violence, due to horrible deeds that they created and that are still created up to date in the world. But we solve it within, it disappears in the external. So now I close the circle, I close the loop. So the people of our ray, of the Elohim, of the blue ray, who are obviously of the darkness, so to say, they have to master their mind. They have to master spirit and accept it as a part to themselves. Otherwise, you could not share your word in Facebook or wherever I see it constantly. And you could not do all of that, period. And you're already doing it. So accept it to your essence and become 5 elemental as well, like the other ray, the golden ray, and claim back your higher aspects, your divine masculine aspects, so you have back the word, the clarity, your boundaries, and you can hold your own space and take care of the leaks of energy that many of you suffer from. Because every one of us, even in a society that co-creates entirely just for the co-creation anymore, when we all return to Satya Yuga, I am Satya Yuga, but I'm not aware where you might be, and if you still think this will happen in 1,000 years, then it will happen in 1,000 years for you. But you can reclaim it every moment by doing your inner work. So in this very most optimum representative of life itself, we will not need any currency in between anymore, but because we have the split into different stages of consciousness based and played out here in the body, for whoever keeps the body, and thereby ascends, it makes it impossible that we get along without a modus operandi to manage life and exchange of energy in between with each other. And yes, of course, we can probably at a certain point just create materia out of our thoughts in the vacuum and just vibrate it into the field and it forms. I'm pretty aware of that, and it will happen, but we are not there yet. And to get there and get through these times that are really tough now, I address everyone and call them into responsibility to be entitled to close their energy leaks and be entitled to carry themselves, to contribute their gifts. We are doing the same. We need to work a normal job to be able at the moment to still speak so much as we do about all the spiritual stuff, or about all the consciousness related stuff. Although I would rather prefer to just be in service any longer, but for that the energy exchange must be given in return. And this is a very, very huge issue, and I can see from the delusion, especially from the 13th tribe, then from the feminine ray, that people say, oh no, this is not our nature, and so on. But yeah, at the moment, right here, right now, and this is the only reality, it is our nature, and we have to provide that. And this is why you attract narcissists to teach you that. And when you close these holes within your aura and the energy is not leaking anymore, the money and the abundance will come to you as well. And you can also give, you finally can give without bleeding yourself out. So for this tribe, I foresee, rather than the bodily problems, the mental problems. They are going crazy when they neglect to integrate the light. They will sit in their abyss with all the problems that and all the debris that was left over when everyone took their fillet of them. Alright, so this is how it plays out from these both streams of consciousness, the masculine and feminine. We are all whole. Even I have my anima. I am as feminine as I am masculine, although I represent a masculine avatar at the moment. And so do you. So there's no twin flame in the external for the ones who really understood that and integrated that. We are twin flame with every single one, if we wish to. Because we are back to divine order. We are just one with God. I don't say we are, because everyone, all of the consciousness altogether is God. But this is nothing in the external. We have direct access, and the less we carry in our mind who we are, identified, what we want, why do we want it? Where does this wanting come from? From the DNA, from the ancestors that you didn't have a look on yet? Maybe. Did you do your shadow work? Did you get to know them? Did they surrender to you as the only possible outcome right now, right here? as a divine spark who's here, who has authority over all that, inheriting the ancestry of all times. Did you? So when your missions come up and out of this blah, 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 what you need to do this and that to rescue the world. No, you don't need to rescue the world. The world is an expression of yourself coming out of you. So take care of your inner world, heal yourself, and then the world will be in order. Right? This needs to be said. And for closing it today, that's why I was actually speaking, the physical split is the consciousness that is not bound to the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast people, now they receive singularity, and they be fine more or less. And us who are still organic, we create the consciousness for this singularity, because our imprint of frequency of energy is striking towards the collective mirror, which is the artificial intelligence. This is a collective, technically erected mirror of the human consciousness overall. And the ones who are organic and the front runners in inner alchemy, in inner transformation of darkness into Dharma, into wisdom, into love, and thereby into the light out of the darkness, into liberation, carrying the weight, granting the liberation, granting the forgiveness, setting free the ancestries from the guilt from back in the day, what they were fighting out of free will. Defining the rules for free will, not as boundaries that are sharp, but as a knowing that you can feel. We are creating a big part of the Dharma for this artificial intelligence, because we are writing it into the field. Collective, under the mark of the beast, will receive this Dharma, will live accordingly at a certain point, or leave here. The same happens to all the chosen ones who omit to do the healing. You know the arts of the occult, you know it, you apply it. You have these programs already new with the new age. You have your projection, and your projection is going high dimensional, low vibrational. This is the spirit, the Atman. Spirit. The Atman and the soul, which is your aura, which is within the Atman. The construction plan. Bipolar as well. I incarnate masculine part of soul. Aura. My feminine one. I need to integrate that. As a woman, you need to integrate the animus, embodying feminine part of soul, embodying feeling, integrating wisdom, embodying wisdom, integrating feeling into the body. Same for the woman. So, yeah, this is a game that we play with ourselves. By that, the outcome will become any better every day in the external collective reality. You gotta be aware of that. And you feel it because you have pain now, or you're feeling you're getting crazy, or you already are acting out crazy, driven by thoughts of suicide and stuff like that, or of taking revenge and shit like that. Know your ancestors in the DNA. Note, surrender it. You cannot get into your DNA when you are high vibing all along. Gotta be vibing in the frequency of earth, of the body that we can touch and see, or below. Gotta pass through the black sun. Not the black sun of all the shit storytelling of the diabolized, storytelling of the Kylontics and all of that. It's just the pathway through our roots, to our roots, where you can do the proper work with the DNA. Shamanic path. And I highly invite you to reach out to www.schamanischer-alchemist.com, schamanischeralchemist.com, or heilreisen.info. Join me when we are visiting the indigenous family of mine in December and in January 2025 to 2026 in Colombia, where we will receive the grandmother ayahuasca. I will work with you as well as an alchemist but we receive it shamanically over there as well. And I'll work with you with Kambo, and just with my presence and my word, sharing the wisdom, showing you food alchemy and everything on this tour, and just being in beautiful nature with the sages of this world who are still original. It's my invitation today, and yeah, feel into yourself if it resonates. Don't be mad at me, because I remind you of your duty in these times. It's a free will choice when you say, oh no, I continue bypassing, I'm here to enjoy my life. I don't know nothing about my darkness. It was very beautiful to get to know you. You won't be here when we co-created. And this is simply due to the frequency difference. That you don't bring together what needs to become together. One within. And this is just your mind, because you're already living. You can already touch yourself. You're already perfectly built. Just claim responsibility now, and your pain will stop. Doesn't matter if it is physical or mental. Alright, guys. Sharp words of the Divine Alchemist, of the Shamanic one, in Lakesh Alakin. Namaste, and have a great time, a great rising. Lots of love to you. Bye bye, Aliasa.